Hey, be honest with me for a second. How long have you been having that same thought on repeat? You know, the one that keeps circling when you're trying to sleep or when you're folding laundry, when you're driving. Suddenly you realize you haven't heard a word of the song that was playing, or you haven't heard the sermon because, yeah, that's the one. That message that just keeps going round and round. Well, Mama, your brain isn't broken. It's just stuck in protection mode. And overthinking, it isn't thinking. It's mental cardio with no finish line. You burn energy, but you go nowhere. And here's the kicker. Your brain thinks it's helping. Yep. It believes that looping, that analyzing, that replaying that conversation will somehow keep you safe. But what it's actually doing is flooding your system with cortisol and adrenaline, and it's keeping you in a constant low-grade state of threat. So even when the house is quiet, and sometimes even more so, you don't feel quiet. Your body's still running a marathon no one signed you up for. That's not thinking. It's rehearsing fear. And you know what's wild? You can't think your way out of overthinking. Try as hard as you can. You cannot do it. You have to move your way out. So today I'm going to show you 3 neuroscience-backed steps to break that loop right in the middle of your day without a therapist, without a retreat, or a single scented candle, or as I have my essential oils, even though they're helpful and I love them. So let's go. Let's talk about this. Step number 1 that I really want you to learn is how to interrupt the loop. Your brain loves patterns, and it builds neural highways so that it can save energy. And overthinking is just a really well-worn road. So the fastest way to break it isn't with logic, it's with movement. Now that probably doesn't sound logical, but here's what I want you to do is I want you to stand up, exhale all the air out of your lungs until you can feel your shoulders drop. Now move your eyes from side to side. I'm going to do that. I know it's going to look really weird and it sounds really silly, but what you're doing is you're signaling your hippocampus, and that's the part of your brain that handles memory and context. And you're telling your amygdala, hey, we're not in danger. That tiny act, the motion and the breath, it interrupts the stress circuit. And it's like flipping the breaker on an overloaded system. Each time you catch yourself spinning or your brain spinning, use your body first, not your brain. Your body is the doorway back to peace. Sometimes I'll walk outside, barefoot in the grass, or just let the air hit my face. It's the simplest thing, but it tells my nervous system, you're here, you're safe, you can stop running now. This works equally as well for children. I've tried it over and over again with my young grandchildren. Step number 2 is I want you to name the loop. Once you've interrupted the physical spin, bring awareness to the mental one and say out loud, this is my overthinking, pretending it's helping. When you name it, you move from automatic to aware. You become the observer instead of the prisoner, and that's powerful. Awareness. It gives you authority. It separates you from the story your brain is telling. And that single sentence draws a boundary. The thought isn't the truth. It's just noise trying to sound important. And you might even start recognizing some themes: the perfection loop, the mom guilt loop, the future fear loop, the regret of the past loop. And once you can label them, you can laugh at them a little. And I love that. Oh, look, there's my 2 a.m. disaster reel again. Oh, that's really cute. And that gentle humor, it breaks the shame spiral. And the shame spiral is what keeps the loop alive. So name it, smile at it, laugh at it, and remember, you're not crazy. You're just human with a high-powered brain that's been overtrained on worry. So many of us have that brain. I had it for years and years. I still have that from time to time, but my brain is much better than it used to be. Step 3, give your brain a job. And here's the thing. Your brain hates unfinished business. It craves closure, completion, progress. Overthinking is just your brain begging, can we finish something already? So give it a job. Do one small concrete action. And I've even found that maybe I had not done my to-do list today, but when I start to complete things and I start to write them down. So you could wash one dish or fold one towel or send that text you've been avoiding, or simply close your eyes and breathe through your nose slowly for 60 seconds. Every one of those acts releases a little burst of dopamine, the brain's "we did it" chemical. Dopamine tells your system we've made progress. And that's what quiets the mental hunger and keeps you from spinning. So if you've ever felt that sense of calm after checking something off your list, that's dopamine doing her job, since she's your peace hormone in disguise. So instead of asking, how do I stop overthinking, or what's wrong with me? Ask, what tiny thing can I finish right now? And I'll tell you, Mama, washing one cup with full attention can restore more peace than an hour of scrolling for answers. I want you to think about that. So then what are we going to do? So let's go a little bit deeper, because this is a subject that I think is so important. It's just critical. There's a reason so many of us live in our heads. We've been trained to believe that control equals safety. And if I can just think through every outcome, I won't get hurt. If I can anticipate every need, no one will be disappointed. But that's not protection. It's actually self-imprisonment disguised as productivity, and it gets you nowhere. Our grandmothers didn't have the language for overthinking, but they knew the cure. They worked with their hands. They sang while they kneaded bread. They talked while they walked to the mailbox. They prayed while they swept. They intuitively did what neuroscience now proves. When the body engages with the real world, the mind settles. So next time your thoughts start racing, don't try to control them. Anchor them in something real. I've found putting my hands in cold waters with the washing action really helps. Smell the air. Hear the birds. Return to the present moment, because that's where peace lives. And it's so important that we keep our mind there where the peace lives. So what is your takeaway for today? You don't beat overthinking by thinking harder. You beat it by remembering you are the thinker, not the thought. You get to choose where your energy flows. And the moment you choose presence, that loop loses power. Peace isn't something that magically appears. It's a muscle. You build it by interrupting the chaos one choice at a time. And here's the beautiful part. Every time you practice this, your brain rewires. Neurons that used to fire for fear start firing for calm. And that's neuroplasticity. The brain learning a new rhythm, and it's your rhythm. So the next time your mind starts sprinting at midnight, don't panic, just smile. Take that deep exhale, move your eyes side to side and whisper, I know this loop, but I also know the way out. I think you'll be amazed, because peace of mind isn't found in the absence of problems. It's found in your power to return again and again to the present moment. So if this spoke to you today, and I hope it did, drop a comment and tell me one loop you're ready to break. Share this with another mom whose brain could use a breather. Those other moms are out there and they need to hear this. And until next time, remember to celebrate your mama moment, and to remember that your children are not here forever, but they are here for a short amount of time for you to love them, encourage them, and the more peaceful you are and the calmer you are, the calmer your household is going to be. Love you, and I'll see you tomorrow.